Hey, what's going on, folks? Drunkly here. We got a CoNDOR 4 match here between the Chaotic Magnet and HordeofTribbles. I've got Paper Dukeless with me to help call this. How you doing?
I'm doing very well, thanks. Looking forward to seeing a couple of high-tier conduit racers and one, I think, CoNDOR finalist going at it in the second week of this lovely tournament.
Yeah. Both these racers have 3 points in the tournament so far, so they look to be pretty evenly matched. I actually faced off against HordeofTribbles in week 1, and that, I believe, produced the closest race so far in the tournament. It was 1.5 beats that he beat me by in the third game. Oh, it was pretty frustrating. I've won some close ones.
After that one, everyone had just assumed you'd won.
Yeah, I hit done first. I had the better in-game time, but that's not what they go off. They go off of the video review, which afterward clearly showed about a 1.5 beat difference, which is just, that's amazing. I love that kind of thing, not just as a commentator, but as a racer as well. It just goes to show how super close these things can get. So it looks like we're getting ready here. Magnet is typing in the seed. Tribbles is running through 4-3 with a flail. Hopefully, I don't know if he's finishing up practice or what's going on here.
He's definitely going.
Yeah, he's got bombs for days, too.
He'll probably give up once he doesn't have enough bombs for the Nectar Dancer.
Oh, he's got bombs for days, though. He's got 11 here. He could do a bomb strat on Deadringer here. He's just,
He could just bomb the entire stage out just for fun.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Flail strats.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure he's...
Well, maybe strats is a little bit charitable.
Yeah. He's using the flail to make him hit the bell. That's...
That's an accurate statement.
Oh,
and I think it's
this is a bad meme right here. Oh, such... I knew that was coming.
Oh, good. Oh, no.
That flail, though. He doesn't know what to do with it.
Oh, dear. Oh, the diagonals.
He's got him.
All right, I think it's okay.
All right, here we go. He's ready.
Just
wanted to see
had to get the flail Deadringer out of the way first. I don't blame him in the slightest.
Flail Deadringer. Oh. All right, so our first seed is set. Deadringer. There's a lot of things I hate with a flail.
Blade Masters.
Let's start with Zone 4.
The entire zone.
Now, to be fair, one of the things I do like with a flail are trapdoors.
Very true.
You can
just stand still and hit everything.
And even if a bat stops by, you just switch direction.
And in a worst case scenario, you can just hit the bat and the dragon at the same time.
Yeah.
I guess that's not a worst case scenario at all. And it looks like we're going.
There we go. And 17 for 17 on starting timers. We're doing good here. Finding a bomb very quickly.
I'm proud. You're going for the PB in that, aren't you?
I am going for the world record.
The world record.
I heard it stands at 112. Anyway, Chaotic Magnet very quickly onto 1-2. Tribbles just behind him. Oh, red bats.
Very friendly 1-1. In
gotta
fact, I
check
think that
this.
they're basically the same.
Yeah, swag a suit.
Once you factor in the lag.
That's a good bat cave there with the chest find. Magnet did take a dunk from a red bat, so he took a dunk from something else. So this ring of peace will start to do work. Did Tribbles even find it? I don't think he did.
No, but it looks like he is taking an early lead.
He is.
In fact, that's quite a lead. Maybe 10-15 seconds.
It is, but I don't know how that's going to go once we start seeing different bosses. Of course, he does still have to fight the dire bat, although Magnet's taking a long time getting out of the zone. He's checking the secret shop. It's a troll shop. Some people call it the pawn shop. I call it the troll shop.
The saying is that one of those tier 3 walls will either be a health shop if A, you can't kill it, or B, you have already seen the pawn shop and under no other circumstances.
That's not always true. I've gotten 1-1 food shops before. King Konga's the first boss here. Magnet going through the... he's got that 3 health Minotaur to deal with. Be pretty
Not fun to go through punishment rooms on King Konga, but Peace does make it a lot more bearable.
Yeah. It's probably the worst time to take a trapdoor in terms of racing speed, whereas the worst time to take it in survival would be Death Metal Red Dragon.
Very true. It looks like Magnus lost his beat multiplier, meaning he's going to have a pretty slow-paced Zone 2.
Yeah. If that's the case, there will be no black chest, and there are none. Of course, this is not a fun fight to do with a base dagger. If you're doing it without bombs, which is what he tried.
Quite true.
And neither
Looks okay
racer...
for a little bit, but if one of the bats gets in your way, it can waste it. Oh dear.
Neither
Tribbles.
racer...
Oh,
the Wind Mage!
I couldn't even see it.
Oh, the Wind Mage pulled him in, and there was something sitting in front of the Nightmare that just took him out. So Magnet's going to have to start over.
Nightmare seems so safe at first.
We do. Well, Wind Mages can just muck up everything. So Tribbles has got a comfortable lead right now. It's a full zone. But he doesn't really have all that much of a build. He does have 2 defense, which means he's not going to take a whole lot of damage, but he's not going to be going very fast either with that 1 damage base.
Quite true. Magnet could catch up fast if he gets that black chest, and it winds up being something better than a blood whip.
What Magnet needs to do is not get dunked. That's the second time he's gotten dunked by a bat in that room.
Indeed, and those bats were not playing nice. Just hovering ever so slightly outside his reach for 10 beats in a row.
And he is just running in. He did not take that trapdoor as quickly last time. So we'll see if this is going to be catch-up or if he's just going to be playing too fast here. Takes out the bat very nicely. Dire bat trapdoors are not my favorite.
Dire bat trapdoors are at the very least pretty safe. It's rare that the bat will threaten you at the same time as all the other enemies.
Tribbles, nice job getting out of that 2-2
Ooh, that
mini-boss
is some
room.
scooting right there.
Yeah. He passed up on the blood bow. He did take a shot with it because he had no other choice at the moment. But...
I think that's the correct choice. 1 damage bows are infuriating.
And they can be difficult to deal with enemies if you don't do it right. So back on the conga line, let's see. He's got King Konga
that
trapped.
does not look like a good bomb strat.
Takes him
He
out.
gets it done.
And that's a flawless.
And
so now we'll see what's in the black chest. Because I'm
his
sure that's what
fate
he's
is
going
in
to go
this
for.
chest's hands.
And we have...
No. Well,
It's better than the base dagger. It's blood rapier.
that is true.
You can at least lunge for 2, but... And look
He
at
still can
Tribbles
use the
getting
base dagger.
dunked by that black wind mage. Just
Oh
stood
dear, that's
there,
a
took
double hit,
couple
it
of them,
looks
yeah.
like.
And the only reason
Looks
he's
to be-
alive is because he's got 2 armor.
Very true. I think that undervaluing armor is one of the biggest mistakes a newbie makes.
Oh,
Not
Tribble's
just
definitely not
because
doing
they're
that.
a newbie. I think armor is valuable at almost any skill level racing.
And takes out the throw bomb strat. Very nice. Yeah. This is a
Discovering his
tough
friend
decision.
Lumbo.
And I'll be honest, that's the same decision I would have made just simply because I'm uncomfortable with the whip. Now, if you're comfortable with the whip, you'd want to take that. And that's a nice find right there with the Crown of Thorns, especially with his health situation. He's not going to take a whole lot of damage. Even a mini-boss will only hit him for like a half to 1 heart. So if he can farm this up, he can get his health back and be a little safer. But the big problem he's got right now, he's on a base dagger.
Very true, and it doesn't look like he has quite enough health to mess around with blood fireballs, even with that Crown of Thorns.
Not at all.
So he will be continuing to slow mode it for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, I also think he doesn't realize that he has the lead boots because he's walking around the ice.
Oh, that's quite likely.
Yeah.
I make that mistake all the time.
Magnet went back to that shop on 2-3. I don't know if he's intending to farm for those hearts. Doesn't look like he is. I don't know what that was about.
I suppose 4 hearts and its Quake suit is plenty.
Yep. Well, he's going to have to do this a long way. Fortunately, with a rapier, he should be able to take most things out in the first pass except for the drums.
Tribble seems interested in farming up that Shrine of Sacrifice. Let's see if he can get it.
Not a whole lot left.
Trying to look
Yeah,
back.
it's just gonna
That's
go.
quite a lot of wasted time.
Yeah. Times that fireball incorrectly. Did not get the slime with it.
Tragedy of tragedies.
Yeah.
Looks like the exit's in the other direction though. And he gets a ring of troll.
On 3-3 here, I think it's southeast. That
I
would be
believe
my
you're
read.
correct.
So he probably is going correct. And there's the nightmare. Nice job recognizing that he would have taken the damage on the hot coals there. He's got to run from that big dog, though. We have the big dog in the yard, folks.
A hot dog is still 2 hit points when it's giant, right?
Yeah, it's just
That's
2.
relatively manageable. Getting pushed back far by that nightmare, though.
Not just the nightmare, just the whole swarm that was coming into Adam's single file.
Magnet wanted that Conjurer shot so hard, but accidentally killed an ice slime on it, and he will be hanging on with that blood rapier for a while yet.
And there's just nothing for weapons in these shops that they've been checking. Now, they haven't checked every one, but, I mean,
The ones they have checked.
yeah. Let's see if Horde gets a perfect on here. He's going to throw. He's not going to opt for Walk of
There
Shame.
goes the perfect.
Yeah, he's
Not sure what happened there.
He's
Maybe
going
just
into
a bit of
zone
happening
4.
here.
I mean, it's kind of like Arya, but it's not because he's got tons of health. He's got the two defense. He's not going to be dying anytime soon. I mean, he took a hit, but big deal. Telemonkey, not very far.
true. Magnet still maybe 1 minute or 90 seconds behind.
Yeah.
It's not looking very good for him, even with his extra chance at a black chest.
Now this is good. If he picks up that cat, that can let him go a little faster, even if it's just a base cat. But he's going to
Quite
pass it
right,
up.
but it doesn't look like he's comfortable with it.
That's what. Yeah, if you're not comfortable with it, I mean, that's why I don't take whips.
Very true. Racing is... Once you actually get to a race instead of practice, personal preference matters for a lot.
Yeah. He's now on death metal and gets dunked.
Oh, and he
so
loses
he's
his
not- he's
multiplier
gonna
too.
Yeah, this is just. This is a damage-free run, folks. Oh, he bathes in fire. Only takes 1 damage though because he's wearing the Squigga suit. Now that's a good find, but can he get it? I don't think he can. Oh, he can because he's got lead boots.
Lead boots.
Absolutely, he can. He pops the
I
shield
don't think
scroll.
he intended to have that shield.
I don't know if he intended to do that, but it looks like he's holding onto the ham, so maybe he did. If he had eaten the ham right away, I would have thought maybe that was a mistake, but I think that he wants to hold on to the ham and takes out the white. It's only about a 4.5 behind, and he is starting with the blood magic.
That he is, I would say, a very good decision. He's got plenty of bombs for the Necrodancer.
Oh, that's sad. He enchants his weapon, changes it from a blood rapier to a gold rapier. Oh.
Enchant spell. One of the trolliest things in the game.
Yeah, and he had to try. I mean,
This game has
I
quite a
agree
lot
with
of trolls,
trying.
isn't it?
But, I mean, they're both on the same floor now. And in fact, they're about 1 room apart. So Magnet has caught up significantly here.
That he has, and both of them are sitting on those very menacing scrolls of freezes. The winner of this race might be decided by who uses it better.
Or who uses it at all.
Well said.
Magnet not checking his shop and takes the lead. Will Tribbles take the flail? He does. Well, we saw how his Dead Ringer went, so maybe a little bit of foreshadowing. Oh, look at this shop! Heavy plate, Ring of Courage, titanium longsword. You take that
But he
and
doesn't
run.
have the
He
bombs
doesn't.
for it.
He's got 3 bombs.
He has to
he'd have
save
do
for the
button puzzles, but
Necrodancer.
yeah, it's too close.
And-
You're probably right.
He doesn't have that much time to make use of them either. I think that was the right choice.
Blood magic, good call on Chaotic Magnet. He's going on to his Dead Ringer first. And, man, yeah, this is quite a come from behind for him.
This is going to be an upset if this Dead Ringer goes smoothly, and it looks like
it's
he
very
moves
smooth.
to the
He's
right
fine,
a
he's
little bit
fine.
fast. Oh dear,
He
no!
gets dunked. He did it wrong. He went left when he was supposed to go up. If he went up towards the gong, he would have been fine. So Chaotic Magnet going down and Dead Ringer. Oh, that
That has to
hurts.
be refreshing after such a magnificent upset. getting the strat wrong and losing it all.
I don't have the animation that the CoNDOR stream does, but I do have this. So there you go. Put that in
I
chat.
it.
HordeofTribbles on his Necrodancer here. With a base dagger, mind you. He did not take that. I guess he didn't take the flail. So, what a trolley run. That's just like, oh. And HordeofTribbles cleaning up.
Tribbles a little bit uncomfortable with lures, but doing a pretty decent job of it.
And that should do it for race number 1. 12:31 is the
So it goes.
RTA for Horde. And he will take game number 1. But
Better to be safe than fast.
yeah, Chaotic Magnet he did a very fine job getting up to Dead Ringer, but after that he just there's just one minor mistake. It was the perfect strat for that particular spawn, but he went left instead of up and paid for it. Yeah, Magnet also died a second time, yeah. I mean, it was an impressive comeback for Magnet. And if I'm HordeofTribbles, I'm actually quite scared that Magnet's going to be able to outrace me.
Very true. He has shown quite a bit of capability to win races. He just needs to survive and hope that nothing particularly bad happens.
Yeah. Let's hope we get something better than a 1-damage weapon this time. I mean, neither racer... and part of that's on the racers because they both messed up so many flawless. The only one that we saw that wasn't flawless turned out to be that Blood Rapier. So definitely needs some work on their boss strats. And hopefully the second race will be a little better in that regard.
I suspect they were a little bit flustered during the bosses. Sometimes during a tough race, my hand starts shaking and I become way more likely to fat finger when I don't have to.
I double tap all the time in these games. Here we go. Race number 2. Very quickly, we're going to find a blood shop that probably I'd reset for.
Blood shop?
I'd actually probably reset. He's going to try to kill Freddy. Takes half a heart of damage, but whatever.
I would have considered just paying for the torch and blood, but a gold rapier is quite good.
Oh, look at this. A 1/1 Ring of Courage.
God.
Will Magnet find it?
Could be a very short end to the race if he doesn't. I think he will go in that direction. I think it's the logical way to go.
Well, there's a trapdoor
Yeah,
right there, and yeah, he takes it. So both racers on the gold rapier uses the gold kill to pick up the teleport crown. That's pretty good. And a very nice use of the rocket build right there. That was swag.
Like Magnet, no interest in that trapdoor. One floor behind.
Yeah, he's a bit behind, but that was a swag Minotaur kill right there, you gotta admit.
It was at that.
And that's a troll shop.
Kind of lucky that he finds the pawn shop there. Not a place you want to see your health shop when you have no bombs.
No bombs
or
whatsoever.
throwing weapon.
Tribble's already on to 1-3, but he's found a base spear now. But Magnet's starting off with a okay build, I'd say. Oh, well, there goes the town.
That's going to cost him so much time, though. Crown of Teleportation, you're never sure to be happy or not when it triggers.
Really, the only time I even try to use it is in Zone 4. The only reason I'd run it otherwise is for extra safety for, like, glass or something. Only reason. Checks the shop, sees the blood shovel, but can't get it, so he is moving on. Meanwhile, we have a King Konga
I'm not sure if there's
Flail
much reason
Courage.
to take a blood shovel if you have the drum.
Flail and Courage is pretty interesting.
As it's a well-respected build, it certainly chomped through those zombies.
It did. And we do have our first perfect flawless on the HordeofTribbles side. Magnet.
Let's see if he gets rewarded for it.
To take the flail.
That's one definition of a reward.
Yeah, that is a glass rapier. That is a steak weapon
It
right
is
there.
entirely possible that this will end well for him.
I'm going to call this a steak knife. Does that sound good?
I thought the obsidian dagger was the steak
Was
knife.
it the obsidian? Okay. Well, I'm like saying like steak as in the racer. because he likes glass so
Yes,
much.
I believe that's also the knife. I know Stakes uses the obsidian dagger as his Discord avatar. Not sure why. Interesting. Magnet going for the purple chest there. I guess he saw Tribbles' glass rapier and was not interested.
Yep, didn't take it. Oh, move it. Oh, okay. Nothing
Pretty
important in there.
swaggy opening on that chest, but it's just gold. And he's just going right past that
Pass
bomb.
those bombs. Why would you not pick up the bombs? You're not even behind.
Not comprehend it, especially with that pickaxe. Not what you want to have with the blood shovel.
Not at all. Or blood drum.
Blood drum, I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The blood drum will get you a quick...
Has himself a lovely little courage stack for himself to chomp through.
Yep. I'm looking at this room and I'm thinking delicious. Even that big old skeleton was no match. Meanwhile, we have a conjurer. Oh, the meme
my.
socks.
Armor, pretty good choice.
What's he taking here? What's he
And
taking?
also the meme socks. Gonna be hanging out with that blood flail a little bit longer.
Oh, that's a glass rapier on that side. Oh, he found the conjurer too. Okay, yeah, so he
Both
did take
players
the
are going to be
socks.
hanging on to their respective risky
Yeah.
items a bit longer.
That is a spooky room, and he loses his glass, and this could be...
And he
he
takes
picks it
himself
back
a
up, he's got the
lead.
shard, takes the chicken, he's back to full health,
With
and now he's got a titanium spear.
That might be the first good weapon we've seen all run, not counting the glass rapier, which is a borderline at this skill level.
I would say that that's a good holster usage right there.
Very much so.
Passes on the shard. Doesn't really need it. It's a scroll of need. And oh no. Uses it on the spot and
everyone's
gets a
favorite armor.
karate gi. Oh man.
Roll of me.
Not really what you want to see. I'm
On the
pretty
right
sure.
side, that's 5 damage.
Yeah, that
so
is a lot of
better than
damage.
glass.
He's gonna get the lead boots too. So just as a note, if you're keeping track at home, holster, lead boots. 2 out of
All he
3.
needs now is the Dagger of
That's
Frost
the dagger
and
of
a
frost,
base.
and he needs to win.
Oh, he forgets he has the pickaxe. Chaotic Magnet, blood drumming, open that tier 3 wall.
Oh, that's not good.
He could open it. He has the money to buy himself a healthy piece of food.
You just hit it 3 times with the pickaxe. You don't even need the blood drum.
Quite. He wouldn't be able to get the gluttony, but it would still be a pretty decent thing to open with that much money.
Yeah. And he was the one that opened the pawn shop. He knows that's a food shop. So
fight. Both of them will if they can't find bombs.
I would say that Chaotic would have the advantage in that regard if they get there at the same time because he's got the frog socks. Changes off of the karate gi. He's got the chainmail, although Magnet did find a swagger suit. Oh, and he gets hit by the pawn. There
Magnet
goes
loses
perfect.
his multiplier.
Oh, flawless there. King does go down, and he moves on to zone 4.
Tribbles seems kind of uncomfortable with those trapdoors. Reasonable reaction to have on zone 3.
Deep Blues can't throw for this. He's got nothing to back it up with.
Quite, but courage will make this
Now-
go tolerably fast either way.
Yeah. And he's just plowing through the pieces. Banshee goes down on
Magnet in a bit of
Magnet's
trouble,
side.
but it looks like he handled it. Oh, those Blade Masters getting
Blade
a little bit too
Masters and the
snuggly.
flail, yeah. That flail is not looking very good right now. Oh, wow!
Oh, that was pretty
That was
swaggy,
nice.
though.
Magnet's got the
I'm
flail
sure it was
strats for
entirely
days.
intentional.
Entirely intentional, folks.
We've got a 1 floor difference on the racers.
We
It
do.
could definitely go either way if Chaotic Magnet has a stumbling block.
Oh, and Telemonkey, but only,
Oh,
he only
the
goes one room.
monkeys!
Only one room.
Oh, decent Telemonkey, not horrible.
Yep, he makes it onto his floor too, so about half a floor difference. This
The
is a,
comeback is happening.
it's a very close
Hopefully it
race.
will end somewhat more dramatically than our last comeback.
there we go.
Impressive Goblin Sentry.
You know knows how to use that flail on the Blade Master. It's pretty good. And he's on to 4-3. But this is like super close. I mean, depending on what happens to Chaotic Magnet, this really could go either way. He pops his Frost Charm. That's not the worst. That's not the worst thing to ever happen.
No.
That is.
Oh no!
That goo was not
It looks like it's
great.
okay.
Yeah, he's fine.
Having a little bit of trouble with that shield.
Oh, that guy.
Oh, gets confused.
He's taken everything out that he can. He's in trouble. He gets bombed, but he's fine. He's got the Squega suit. And he is on to his Dead Ringer. Meanwhile, on the other side, HordeofTribbles in the same boss room. He's got an Obsidian Cat, and he's able to take things out a lot safer. But he's having trouble getting through to the Sark.
In the game.
There we go.
Let's see.
Again, Chaotic Magnet on the same strat
Oh,
gets dunked by Dead Ringer, and for the second
God.
time in a row. Oh my.
Tribbles does it.
And Tribbles is on to his
It look
Nicky.
painless. And 3 bombs to fight the Necrodancer. Doesn't look like there's much that can happen for Tribbles.
Yeah, that again, another anticlimactic finish.
Unbelievable.
But man,
Oh, he does take a fair bit of damage from the turnips, though. I think 1 bomb will be fatal at this point.
no, he's got yeah. How much did the bomb do? Is it 2.5?
I think it's either 2.5 or 3. And
Yeah, either way.
he has 1 heart of
Yeah.
armor. Not the
As long
most
as it's-
elegant Necrodancer fight, but it really doesn't have to be.
He just has to finish, and that seems to be what we're
He's
seeing here.
definitely doing that.
He's got it.
Moving
HordeofTribbles.
actually through with remarkable speed
Yes, very
and
good.
finishes up with about 931.
945 RTA, very good. And Magnet just falling to Dead Ringer over and over. Oh, it's painful to watch.
It is painful to see, but it does give him quite a bit of hope to round this out with a 1-2 finish.
Yeah, as long as we and the thing is that's those were both right side Dead Ringers. That's something that you should clean up every time. I think that only
Very
goes
much
off the
so.
rails
It's
like
as safe as newer strats, if not
rarely.
safer.
So, but Chaotic Magnet just getting dunked by that Dead Ringer. That's kind of like how I felt in Conduit 7, because I died to Dead Ringer 3 times in a row in that tournament.
I participated in the only insta-death conduit and died in all 3 of my rounds in round 1. So that was fun.
Ouch. Yeah, I've only had one sudden death race. That was the tiebreaker to get into the semifinals in the last Conduit. And I thought it would be a lot more stressful than it actually was. I ended up picking up like a titanium cat and just took off.
You're a far more level-headed racer than I.
It really depends on the day for me.
Yeah, that is also extremely true.
Yeah.
There are days even now where I have about a 100% death rate, and thank goodness days where I don't.
Yep. So race number 3 coming up here. We have the Seed featuring plenty of force. I want to
Yes,
pour my
also,
drink, but I'm waiting to start the
the
timer.
numbers next to fours doesn't quite have a straight there, but
No. 3, 4, 5,
reasonably
6.
close.
Yeah. And we're off. And we have a Mimic to start with that has a base whip.
take it. The Elad challenge.
No, the whip's not
Stupid
part of the
racers
challenge.
making
The whip is not part of the
decisions.
challenge.
Oh. Not sure what Tribbles thinks he's doing, but he's back on track now.
And
1-1 conjure,
no one likes
always
to see a 1-1
infuriating
conjure
to see.
shot.
But at least you know that your opponent is also suffering.
Yep. It's about the only good thing about that seeing that chop in 1-1 in a seeded race.
The simple pleasures of seeded.
Yes.
We've got a shrine.
Trying to no return
I'm
for
just
Magnet.
gonna
He'll
go
pick up
down.
his glass rapier, also with 3 bombs. We'll see if Tribbles makes the same decision or if he bypasses up. He passes up. I think you got to take it. You're on a base dagger.
I would take it and then take the strength charm on top of it.
Yeah, that's
Strength
true.
charm just-
I didn't. Yeah.
Not that useful with a glass rapier, but it gives you so much more flexibility if you want to switch off it.
Because titanium's now 3 damage. 3 damage is pretty much the magic damage number in this game. So
2-shotting golems, 1-shotting black skeletons, everything you could want.
Tribble's going to
Racers
check
don't
his
seem all
shop
that fond
here.
of glass torches.
Not the greatest shop, NA.
Tribbles goes for it.
He does get the glass torch out of it. Little spooky, because that means that the whites auto spawn. They will spawn every time when you get near them.
Quite true. I like taking glass torch, but I also like complaining about these random massive swarms I'm getting for what I'm sure is no reason at all.
Yeah. There's a lot of aggro. Can't do much with
quite a
that
lot of
barrel.
health to go with it on Magnet's side.
Oh yeah, he's got
Not
that food shop.
super synergistic with the glass
Very
rapier,
nice.
but very synergistic with the strength charm.
And
You
the other
see
thing is that
Wardrobe
he can
strats
very
on,
easy.
get
Yeah, that's
death
good. That's a
metal.
one-shot death
Doesn't
metal.
even need it.
Doesn't need it. That's 8 damage on the lunge plus 1 for the strength charm. Picks up. Well, he doesn't pick up
Oh,
the pickaxe.
does he think that's a blood drum? Picking base shovel over pickaxe.
Yeah. HordeofTribbles goes out of his way to find a glass rapier, or golden rapier rather, and says no thanks.
He is far behind at this point. Oh, there goes the
there's the glass.
glass
Oh
shard.
no, and he's trapped.
Looks like he can scooch by. Not if he does that.
He's down to 2.5
okay.
hearts,
He's
but
lost
he's
a lot of health,
okay.
but he's still in it.
I don't know if I'd go with
is he
okay. He's
doing?
probably very rattled here. HordeofTribbles clears the room of the
True,
ghosts
he's
before starting
okay.
on his
Well, he gets
death
the
metal.
cheese. That's a comfort.
That helps. Puts him back to
Jewel
4.
dagger also
There you
very
go.
respectable.
Oh, Jewel
Fast
dagger,
deadly, if
6
you want it.
damage dagger. That's one-shotting dragons. That's really nice. The only thing is that that weapon can get really spooky when you get swarmed. And Tribbles is
And
taking
getting
the
swarmed is going to be a
titanium.
very serious issue with that
Whip.
little health. He can no longer afford to make mistakes.
Yeah, he's
no
got no
regen,
health.
no armor.
He's got nothing. Can't one-shot the big golems, the dark golems yet. But you gotta check that barrel.
Looks like he plans on it, but that
He's-
clone being kind of
nothing.
trolly, it's not a rewarding barrel.
Nope. Oh,
This,
speaking
however,
of not
is a
rewarding,
rewarding shot. He can
it's-
kill it with a throw,
he
but it means
cannot.
he won't be
He is
getting
one-
any food later.
he is 1 damage short to kill that.
Blood,
He's gonna try, I
war
think.
drum throw.
But he's
Oh,
only
that's
got
right.
8 damage. Oh, it's okay.
Jewel dagger
Okay, let me
deals
count.
5,
5, 6,
doesn't it?
and then
Drum.
War Drum gives 2 more. Oh, Horde of
I think
Tribbles.
war drum doubles.
Horde of Tribbles failed on that exact same shopkeeper.
Oh dear.
I have to look at that later because I'm pretty sure he only had 8 damage.
I'm pretty sure that war drum doubles your damage instead of just increasing it.
Does it double? Okay. I thought it was just increased by 1 if you hit it 5 times.
I used to feel that way, but then
Oh
bit.
my. 7 damage, Courage Jewel Dagger. And now the swarms are nothing.
Oh, but that could all be for nothing. Tribbles might be looking back on this death as a blessing if Magnet dies later.
Yep. What Magnet needs right now is some health because he's got the defense
He is
now.
playing very scared, and so he should.
Yeah. He does not have the boots for the ice.
Oh, that's an
area.
awkward boss room.
That's fine.
Looks like he's gonna scoot it.
He scooted very well there. Takes out the Ghost of Freddy.
Interesting purple chest there. Really hoping that's a heal spell or a regen ring.
Are we even going to get a chance to see it? 'Cause
Oh,
that's
is
a
he-
lot.
can
Oh,
he
he gets
even
hit.
go
He's
for it
down
at
at
this
half a
point?
heart. He
No.
leaves. He just gets out of there.
Oh dear.
And this is not an easy conga kill right here.
Yes. He has no range. He has no bombs. He does have the ability to stand on coals, but he's not really capable of using that with the Ring of Courage.
He's got the
That-
Ring of Courage though. I
That
mean,
is
you
a
just
very
plow
fine
through the
part of
line.
that.
You
What's
just.
going on in Magnet's head?
I don't know what's going on here. Okay,
Well,
now
it
he's
looks
going
like
through the
he's
line,
in
but he.
fine position now,
Oh, this
but
is
the
bad.
guy
This is
almost
so
passed the
bad.
word.
This is so
Oh my
bad.
goodness. He may.
He's
It's okay
using
with
the war
I
drum,
guess.
and that's helping him out.
Intelligent decision.
He has yet to wreck his Flawless. I cannot believe
if he does wreck his
that
Flawless,
happened.
his life will probably go with it. Throws for the swag.
I cannot believe that just
Tribbles
happened.
getting himself a pretty respectable build.
Yeah, he's
He
got...
chooses not to take the Crown of Thorns, though.
And he also got hit and lost his thing. Now, what did he take here? He's opted to come off of the Ring of
He took
Courage.
the Ring of Shielding, which
Well, it pays dividends
well, it
immediately.
saved his life, I guess.
Yeah. You don't take anything here.
So, retroactively, it was the right choice. I think it was also the right choice, objectively.
It's... Oh, when he goes down to the bat. And we have a new race.
Oh, Jesus.
So, oh man,
New race,
that was a
but Tribbles
great
is
build,
on
though.
1-3.
If Magnet can get that same exact build and keep his health about him, that would be an easy win.
Very true. The race isn't over by any means.
Not at all.
It's not over until Deadringer sings.
Well, Deadringer can sing, but Neki might have something to say about that. Meanwhile, on to Death Metal 1 is HordeofTribbles. Trying to get his third game here. He's got a 2 damage Glass Shard.
And he's not making excellent use of the War Drum. Oh, tries to there, but gets a little bit crowded out by the skeletons.
He's fine, he's fine. Gonna look to replace his weapon here. He's familiar with that titanium whip and goes ahead and grabs it.
It's certainly damage.
Magnet making some great use of that War Drum too.
Also will help himself to the sunglasses, which makes that a much more respectable titanium dagger, especially in Zone 1.
That's not even a titanium dagger. That's a 3 damage base dagger.
Oh,
And
strength
he
charm,
gets
of course.
dunked. Oh, I think that was a black skeleton too. It's hard to tell, but
Oh dear.
he's at 1 health. Oh man, not what you want to see. Now, this is where Tribbles died last time. No, it's not. Is it? Yeah, I think this is where Tribbles died last time, but he's able to buy the dagger straight up, and Magnet's going to get clobbered by a Minotaur, and
Gets
he has to
again.
start over.
No, that's the game. Monkey out of nowhere.
I
Maybe just not
hesitate.
comfortable with sunglasses.
I hesitate to say that's the game because this is still very early in Tribbles' second run here. He does
Very
have
true.
6
Things
damage.
can always happen, though when you have this much health, those happening are less likely to actually result in your death.
And if he finds the heavy plate, he'll be fine. Then it's most
He has
likely
no
it.
boots, so there's always that
Picks
particular
up
room
the
for a disaster.
Obsidian Broadsword.
Probably both respectable choices, I would say.
Magnet picking up the Glass Rapier and the Strength Charm.
Tribbles getting himself a lovely 2-3.
Yes. But he did not get the heavy plate, though, so that... Hopefully he finds
Correct.
something
Was
in
heavy
Zone 3.
plate in
It was in Zone 2.
Zone 2 or Zone
It was
3?
in Zone 2. It was the shopkeeper.
And that opportunity's lost to him forever.
Oh,
He'll just need to console
this
himself
run.
with his 7 hearts.
yeah, 7 hearts is still pretty good. Let's see what he takes here. Ah, Magic's can go
It's-
for purple. And gets
It's
the
not quite a
reward.
heartthrob achievement.
3 to 5 damage and knockback on that rapier. He can just one-shot that guy.
And it doesn't fall for the same mistake twice with that black skeleton, but it may be too little too late at Tribbles' speed.
We'll see. Oh, now he finds the heavy plate on his Zone 3 shopkeeper. Chooses not to take it. I disagree with that. He's got 5 bombs.
I don't see how you let that live. You still have 3 bombs. There's nothing to be afraid of here. At this point, you really need to play to the ways that you can lose.
And on top of that, he only needs to bomb him once. Because he has 5 damage
Oh, that's quite
with his
true.
obsidian loaded all the way up. So, kind of a little bit of a mental block on Tribble's side. Let's hope that doesn't come back to bite him. Magnet one-shotting his death metal. He's on to Zone 2.
to Tribbles' death at this point. I don't think there's any way he can come back beyond that.
Yeah, that's pretty much what we're looking at here. Tribbles has a good offensive build, but It's not going to take a whole lot to bring him down, especially with Zone 4 coming up. And down goes the glass rapier.
Magnet loses the glass
but
rapier exact same place he lost it last time.
But he picks up the jewel dagger right away, and he's back to full health.
Just like last time.
It's like the seeds repeating itself.
Indeed it is.
Tribbles handling
contact Ryan about that.
Yeah, I know, right? Rain, hire me to fix your game. But Magnet making his way back as best he can, but he is a zone and a half down. HordeofTribbles going to have an extra bomb to help him out with that bomb spell. He can't.
So lovely.
He knows that barrel is bad. Why is he going for it? Oh. Well, he gets though he can't. Yes, he can get the heavy plate. He's got a shield spell.
But he's considering it.
And he only needs
to
bomb him once.
Consider it, yes.
He didn't even bomb him, so good job.
Not going to find any better shops than that.
Yes. And at this point, Chaotic Magnet just has to go. He needs to get that Ring of Courage again off Deep Blues and just go. It's really his only option. This is a one-shot Deep Blues here with a flip throw.
Now, my view on that is the opposite. In my opinion, no matter how hard he pushes at this point, he can't put meaningful pressure on Tribbles. So if anything, he should be playing as safe as possible.
I mean, there's an argument for and against that, I would say. But if he can go fast enough with the courage, he's already on his 2-2, so he's caught up half of zone here. He's just
quite right. Although Tribbles is just 2 levels away from getting to his Dead Ringer.
Yep. Blowing open that shot.
No, Tribbles is having a bit of bad luck with Telemonkeys. Opts to just freeze that.
Yes.
Probably the wise choice.
Yeah, the thing with Chaotic Magnet though is, even if he makes some bad mistakes, he's got the health and the armor to deal with it. So we got King Konga. He does have a bomb for it, but I don't know if he uses it here. Definitely taking out the line a lot better than he did the first time.
So nice to have a bomb on King Konga 3, but it looks like Magnet's doing just fine without it.
And Tribbles is finally on 4-3. So that puts Magnet 2 levels back.
And Tribbles, that freeze spell will just give him every last bit of safety he might have been missing with his previous build.
Blood freeze at this point, because he's got enough health.
He could probably spend the rest of 4-3 with the screen frozen and be perfectly fine.
He does just that. He's got to stay off the goo though. He's having trouble with that. Magnet's still trying to push hard. He's
in this for honor now.
And he's making sure he doesn't get
for the sake of going fast, and I don't object in the slightest.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you kind of have to, and he can go straight to that boss door. Very nice. He got hit once, but
just rampaging through everything, taking hits, not caring.
So HordeofTribbles on to Dead Ringer. Will we see another dad dunk here?
Doesn't feel like letting anything possibly go wrong. Luring Dead Ringer.
Lure strat. Okay. I guess I'm okay with this, simply because he has the better Neki fight. Gets blown up, doesn't care. Magnet on 4-3. Oh no, this is off the rails. He freezes it.
It's off the rails. It looks like he's gonna be all right. Oh,
nope, that's skeleton. Nope.
Okay, there's only one sarcophagus spawning.
Oh, and now there's a rider.
I think he'll be able to make it.
This is going to take forever. Chaotic Magnet is on Dead Ringer. This is going to be close.
Oh my goodness, you're right.
Takes out the last enemy, and Tribbles is going to be on his Necrodancer fight. He has the faster Necrodancer fight. Magnet is also luring.
Magnet only has one bomb. Magnet only has one bomb.
He does. He's got it. Oh, he can't check his chest. Yeah, I think that's it right here. This is going to come down to if Tribbles can't. Because we saw, I don't know if we've seen Magnet do his lure strats, but I mean, this is going to come down to whether or not Tribbles can finish this before Magnet gets a chance to start his. And he's doing really good. He's halfway done. That is an excellent lure right there.
Already down to 1 heart.
Yep, I think this one is GG. HordeofTribbles goes on
Well
to a
won by
3-0
Tribbles.
victory over Chaotic Magnet. That's a 16-11 IG RTA. Well done. And that is a 3-0.
Good games to all.
Good games indeed. So yeah, congratulations, Horde. And it's kind of strange because Magnet should have won 2 of those.
He definitely should have.
Possibly all 3.
You can possibly say he should have won the 3rd, but bad things just kept happening to him. I suspect that if he loses against Necro Rebel, where he gets matched against for week 3.
Call me the chaotic salty magnet.
Chaotic salty magnet indeed. A couple of dead ringer dunks and a charge at the end that just was not fast enough.
Runs again.
But
When did I ever make fun of you over your runs?
The normal race. The normal race I'm trying so desperately to repress.
I think I recall. Oh my god.
But I will say, you had a couple chargebacks that game. Game 1 and Game 3 were both pretty impressive with how fast you were going. But of course, the Game 1 ended in Dead Ringer, and it looked to me like you had the Dead Ringer right strat down correctly up until he actually hits the gong, and that's where you got dunked twice.
I got a rider spawn on the first one, and that spooked me. And then I had a flail on the second run, and there was a wind mage, and I got spooked there too.
Oh,
and I went down instead of pretty much any other direction.
But that third one, having that jeweled dagger courage, and just watching you just completely melt away that it was a zone and a half lead for HordeofTribbles, and you ended up on Neki at the same time he did. But the difference, of course, is you had to do the button puzzles. Yeah. So
I had to do button puzzles.
He had a tough zone 4, and his Dead Ringer was way off the rails. He actually ended up having to clear the entire room before he could get Dead Ringer on the gong. That was definitely your opening to come back, but HordeofTribbles takes a 3-0 that could have gone either way.
Yeah. That last race, I would say I'm happy that I got some very creative shopkeeper kills.
Yes. Yeah, we were talking about, and I'm still trying to figure out how you got the first one with, because I thought you only had 8 damage, and you one-shot him with the...
I blood drummed, war drummed 3 for the whole time, all 5, so I got triple damage.
Okay, so that is...
It is a multiplier.
Yeah, it is a multiplier. I thought it was additive. I thought it was just +1, but shows you what I know. I just learned something about
the multiplier. It's a multiplier because you can war drum jewel dagger to hit Dead Ringer.
All right, makes sense. But you just made doubly sure that he was going down, which was pretty nice.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure he was going down because there was no way I could have gone it. But
that would have been where anything to go wrong. So having as much damage as possible was probably a good decision.
Yes.
Yeah, I also enjoyed a lot of what you were doing with the flail too in that first race. Because flail in Zone 4 is difficult, and you made it look really easy. You were tearing up those knights like nothing.
It's courage. Except I do believe I got stuck in the corner one time because of knights, and I had to bomb my way out.
Right. So anyway,
I am disappointed that I didn't get any points, but my performance was almost flawless. The imperfections were at the most crucial moments.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly it. It was indeed. So what I'm going to do here is we have another match coming up at 9 o'clock Eastern.